Chapter 2, Mishnah 7. The previous Mishnah discussed the minimum amount of dough that is subject to the Challah obligation. The Mishnah discusses how much of the dough is separated as Challah. The minimum amount that a private person must give as Challah is 1/24 of the dough. This is because the portion one gives as Challah must be a significant amount, and less than 1/24 of a small dough is not significant. Moreover, whether one makes a small amount of dough for himself or a large amount of dough for his son's wedding feast, he must separate 1/24 as Challah. Since a private person generally makes a small dough, the rabbis established the amount of 1/24 for all privately made dough. Thus, even if a private person prepares a large amount of dough, he must still separate 1/24. The Mishnah discusses the amount that is given as Challah by one who is selling bread. A baker who makes a dough to sell in the market, and likewise a woman who makes a dough to sell in the market, separates 1/48 of the dough as Challah. The baker usually makes a large amount of dough. Therefore, even 1/48 of such a dough is a significant gift. Even a woman who makes a smaller dough to sell must separate only 1/48, because the rabbi set this as the minimum for all dough made to be sold. The Mishnah discusses the amount given as a challah if the dough became tameh. If a woman was making bread for her household and her dough became tameh either by accident, for example, she mistakenly used a utensil that was tameh to make the dough, or because of an unavoidable circumstance, for example, she became a nida while making the dough, she separates 1/48 of the dough instead of the usual 1/24. This is because challah that is tameh may not be eaten but must be burned. Therefore, the rabbis were lenient and allowed her to separate the smaller amount set for challah. However, if the dough became tameh intentionally rather than by mistake, she must separate 1/24 as challah, so that the sinner, i.e. this woman, should not gain because of her sin. Had she not sinned, the dough would have been tahor, and tahor dough made for private use is subject to the amount of 1/24. Thus, she would have been obligated to give 1/24 as challah. Therefore, although the dough is now tameh, she must still separate 1/24, so that she should not benefit because of the sin.